guess the abuser left the home and he's not there. I have seen big changes. When I first began in 1985, the only legislation I believe that Connecticut had was the restraining order legislation. And then the mandatory arrest law became into effect. It does take a village to do this work. She can continue calling us. She's safe right now. A lot of this work, I learned as I went along. Are you feeling unsafe there? Maybe it's 7 p.m. and I'm ready to leave. And I go into the living room to say goodnight, and children, they'll run to me and they'll grab my leg and they'll say goodnight, or they say thank you, or thank you that you gave me this earlier. And that just makes my whole day. All the pressure that I felt, all that stress, it's like, you know what? I just got all these hugs. These are the children, and this is why I do this work, because in the future, these children will not have to be involved in these situations where they're unsafe.
I started as an academy instructor for the Connecticut State Police Training Academy in 2008. Domestic violence was changing and changing quickly. I started to pay attention to what was going on and eventually developed a curriculum. Placing the words trauma-informed into our statute was done on purpose. For us to do our jobs in the best way that we can is that we need to be trauma-informed. If we're trauma-informed, we're going to be able to better understand our victim. Even more importantly, it allows us to get better information so we can do our investigations and actually hold offenders accountable. I feel honored to be able to stand in front of police officers and give them information that they find valuable.
Further on the bill as amended, Representative Porter.
I knew this bill needed to pass this go-round. It is so raw and real for me. Never thought in a million years that I would share that story on the House floor with an entire assembly. He shoved me through a glass patio door while I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter. I knew in my heart that I didn't stand a chance against a loaded gun. So I made a plan of escape. I felt it was a call to duty, like it was my way of paying homage to women that had been through that. The time arose, and I was able to use that experience to help people heal, to give people hope, and to actually get a very important bill passed.
When I went through it, I had a lot of friends, family, colleagues, law enforcement people who, once they realized what was happening, were very supportive of me and of my family, and that's what got us through. Looking at women like Tracey who had survived, or women who didn't survive, made me realize how lucky I was. And I felt like I really did owe it to those women who didn't make it out to work for the next woman who was in that situation. The workplace initiative, I think, is one it's doable, and it's doable quickly. It's something that women or people in this situation tried to keep away from the workplace. They didn't want to risk their careers or their jobs. But now that it's out in the open more and more companies and corporations are establishing policies to protect their employees when they're in situations like that.
When I'm out in the store and someone comes up to me and approaches me and says, you saved my life, or you've changed my life, it was all worth what I went through to hear that. It makes me feel honored that they look up to me, that could better their life. I'm very fortunate that I'm here to be able to share my story. And I also feel like I have an obligation to the people that weren't as lucky as I to be their voice for them. And it is rewarding to me to know that, God, if I could save one person from what I had gone through, this is why I do it.